Okay. As a French singer and producer in your early 20s, how would you describe who you are as an artist?
Um, so I'm someone that I love jazz, I love rock and roll, I love psychedelic music, I love a lot of stuff that might be not electronic music, but then in the end this is what I make. And also my references are like I love poetry, I love Baudelaire, I love Prévert, I love also Giacometti. I love like a lot of different stuff, and I mix everything to do a kind of collage that ends up in the music I make. And it's more how I see the thing more than who I am, really. Except the fact that I would love to be 60 years old with a pink car and vibing around.
70s Italian film influenced your first EP, Io Bene. What other aspects feed into your creative process?
What other aspects are feeding? It's actually my experiences. I mean, how I live. I remember this bus drive I had going from Firenze to Marseille, and I was just here, and it was a drive that would last like for the whole day, and so it would start at 6 a.m. and finish at 7 p.m. So you'd see the whole day. It was during winter and it was beautiful. I was just alone, daydreaming with like all the hills, all the different like landscape passing by. And this is, for example, something that would feed me after when I do a song, because this is this kind of like solitude romantic that you just have it inside of you, and then you put it on the song. So this is like just one example among like so many stuff. Because also, for example, the song "Sorry Not Sorry" on the album is really, for example, made from vision I had from like parties or stuff like that. So I take an experience, I have visions that I see, and then it gives me during the process. So yeah.
You have previously said that Frank Ocean is a massive inspiration for you. Are there any artists you would like to collaborate and or work with one day, and why?
I'd love to work with Solange, because her songs are like the most. The way it is made is always so clever and so special, and I'm just fascinated by this. Rosalia, of course, would be like a massive dream. I'm just obsessed with her new album. And then I would love to do like a dope track with Yoko Ono as well.
Tell me about your debut album, Sonic Poems, that was released last month. How does this define who you are as an artist?
So, Sonic Poems, first I kind of called it like that because I didn't make this album thinking I was like, I'm gonna do this album. It was more like, for 3 years, I had the idea of doing an album and I was making all those songs together. And so, it's kind of like a resume of all this inspiration, all these ideas I had during those 3 years. Then I kind of like reunited together, and so I had the idea of this poem thing because the process was kind of similar to a recueil, poetry recueil. It's the way kind of saying the stuff. So that's why I was like, okay. And also, this album is really important for me because I show so many different vision of what I want to do. You have like some happy stuff like Such a Good Day. You have some more like dreamy, like Midnight Sex, but you also have like some dark stuff with Sorry Not Sorry, or like more like not so dark, but like like SOS is kind of dark, but that goes from In the Hope at the end. So you have a whole palette of stuff, and this is a way for me to just like, okay, this is everything that I can do for now, and and also you can pick so many different emotions in this album. It can be useful for everyone.
What is your highlight of the new album?
What do you mean a highlight? Like my favorite? My favorite song?
Your favorite part? Your
The favorite part? Yeah, the highlight is the song called Love Parade. I actually say that this song is the cœur amoureux because it's like really in the middle of the album. It's really for me like from this day, Love Parade is like the most love song that I ever made, and this is actually what I love the most to do. You know, this kind of songs, this kind of images. This is what I love the most to share. So Love Parade is just like my. But then I love also the Fuck You song, which is more like down, down, down. You know, it switched to my mood, but still I always come back to Love Parade. Like I know I'm gonna still be okay with this song maybe later on. You know.
You recently have provided the music for the Versace Fall Winter 22 runway show. Is fashion an industry that interests you, and how would you define your own style?
Fashion, yeah, is something that interests me. First of all, because I love fashion shows. I love because you see all these huge settings or set design. All the clothes are beautiful. Everything is so like special and original, and you have the music really loud. Da, da, da. You know, I'm always really inspired when I get to see a show. It's like a full experience, you know. So this is the first thing. It's like I'm inspired by it, and so I was so glad for Versace that Sorry Not Sorry and Attitude get into this. It was like wow, I was shocked, you know. And how to describe my style? I love dandy. I love dandy style, and I'm too young for that, you know. I guess that to be a dandy you have to be like more like mature. But I'm looking forward on the evolution of this. But I'm also mixing, you know. Like I love to mix things. You know, I love, for example, to wear a suit, but you have like a little hat or a little beanie on the side, some stuff like that, just to show that you're not just with a suit, but you have this difference that create a contrast. You know, like, or you will be dressed in a really serious way, and you have this fluorescent pink, like, that's my vibe. I love.
Later this year, you will be embarking on a tour across North America. What is your process as you being to start tour rehearsals?
You know, I'm already on the tour, not the North American tour, but I'm already like on the process of touring, and the rehearsal, like we had like a full week of, you know, preparing like the whole show. So we have this scenography, like the boombox, a transparent high heels that I love. And we have also this big screen with like the sonic poems that I painted on them. On it, I was actually quite stressed because it was one shot. You know, like I can do it only once. So it was nice energy. But yeah, but actually for the North American tour, it might be not the same because it's really expensive to bring all these things together. And from now, I mean, I think I will just arrive with my synth and my suit and play. But yeah, this is because for me the shows, more than a show, it's also the moment where you share who you are really with everyone. It's more like the vibe, what you play, and meaning like da da. And this is where like the rock and roll music is like the Doors are really what inspired me for the shows. For example, the Jim Morrison attitude and the way he his relation with the crowd is something that interests me also.
One of the biggest moments on the tour will be playing at Life is Beautiful alongside big names in the electropop scene like Calvin Harris and Kygo. What does this opportunity mean to you?
I was like, wow. Also, like I saw in the big thing, like Arctic Monkeys. I was a huge fan when I was like 11 or 12, you know. I was like, what the fuck? like, are we going to share, like, you know, because there's always like these kind of like gardens with like the backstage things. It's gonna be so like, so it's like kind of absurd for me, you know, to be here like, hey, and then you have like this big Arctic Monkeys, or like, yeah, Calvin Harris. Like, for me, it's just like, it's the first time I have something this big, alongside like, you know, huge artists like that. So yeah, I'm really excited. Yeah.
What are you looking forward to most throughout the rest of the year, and why?
I'm looking forward the summer festival, especially I have like 2 festivals in Spain, Barcelona. I think I'm playing around like 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. So this is going to be sexy. And so I think, because today I discovered this jean, and I think I'm gonna wear this jean. I will try to get this jean, and I'm gonna play with it. So I look forward for this.